So I had to go Zabu, into Sentry, into Zero my Attuma, into Annihilus the Thingover. If we marry, we could send over the squirrels. Mother of God. It makes my Skaar worse, but it's really funny. Alright, if this is wrong, then I have no desire to be right. Oh no! Why didn't we have priority, chat? Rip.
Victory.
Solid. Solid start to the day. Godly! Thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Dex Perfect. No notes. We need to add Squirrel Girl. Yep. I gotta admit, I'm surprised you're not testing something with Moon Girl. It's just so hard to make Moon Girl work on curve, chat.
Snap.
I'm gonna snap the armor draw. Because now I can zero, marry, and then armor, Attuma the armor, and then Skaar is very cheap for us. The problem with doing, like, She-Hulk, Moon Girl, Limbo stuff is that by the time you set all of that up, you're probably better off having just done something else. Like, it's a lot of work for something that's a lower power output than the other options. Chat, I'm gonna call this guy Skaar a whole bunch, and you're just gonna have to fucking get over it, okay? My brain is broken, and I can't do better. I would apologize, but I'm not sorry. Okay, that's the actual Stone Cold Perfects, right? Because now I get to go Sentry Hood, and then Skaar is free, and I get to go free Skaar, Annihilus, Demon next turn.
Opponent snapped.
Mother sucker. They are a Shang-Chi deck. So they could be shagging us in the middle. Is 18 enough on the left? It's probably not, huh? Twitch drops January 23rd through the 30th with a premium variant this time with no pixels. That's exciting. That's exciting. This, by the way, was a wonderful lesson in why this card probably sucks shit. I think this is probably going to be one of the worst season pass cards in some time. Long time. No whale. The whale track never goes up on the first day of the season. It will likely be up later. Worst season pass card of all time. No, Chad, I remember 5 energy Nick Fury. Worst of all time's a really strong take. The last few have just been pretty good. I expect him to probably be worse than Sean. It's definitely worse than Loki and Miss Marvel. Even after the 8 million nerfs to those other ones. Z808, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Original Thor was pretty bad too. Yeah, that's an accurate take. Accurate take. Yeah, Phoenix Force was probably the last really bad season pass release. The original Thor was a 4/6. Yeah, Nimrod was another bad one. Nimrod was a while ago, though. Nimrod and Phoenix Force have both been a little bit. It's not the first season pass card that's likely a stinker, but the season pass cards have been pretty consistently good for a while now. So, the first one in a little bit. That's been a bit of a miss. Besides Snap, are you into MCU movies and comics? I watch the movie stuff casually when it comes to Disney Plus usually, but that's about it. Started Magneto. The season pass card is bad. We can look forward to buff. So this season pass card struggling, I'm not sure that it's necessarily related to its numbers, so much as it's related to the texture of the format, right? Like, Skaar is a card that maybe gets better when they eventually address Blob, because then Shang-Chi is less omnipresent, if that makes sense. Palin Man, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. How funny would it be if we win the center because of Magneto? The fuck? There's a Silver Surfer in their deck? I'm so confused right now. Doesn't Skaar want to play with Kairia? Kairia protects cards based on their cost, not based on their power. So all of the cards that encourage you to build with Skaar are 4/10s, who Kairia does not protect at all in the slightest. Apex Thor, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Excited to be able to play Quake finally. I am, yeah. I think the new Quake design is gonna be really good. I expect it to be a very impactful card.
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna snap on them sending me a goblin. As is always the case, worth pointing out at the start of the season, we have the only currently deterministic information that my opponent is a computer AI. I snapped and then ended the turn, and it immediately ended the turn for my opponent. This is the only 100% certainty way to know you are playing against a computer. Human beings get an extension of the clock when you snap them. You're on Skaar with something like Venom or Death. Yeah, I think you just like end up being a worse destroy deck at that point. I dislike waiting through bots. Yeah, me too. The bots always feel like a bit of a wet blanket at the start of the season. Just like soggy and uninteresting.
Victory.
I think it would be good to remove all bots from 70 onwards. I think at a minimum, they should remove all bots from 90 onwards. I think they should probably be more sparing post 70 than they are now. What's the Loki nerf? They're making it so Loki no longer powers up the collector. Oh yeah, and Quinjet no longer doubles the discount, right? That's a good shout too. Don't worry, chat. They left Professor X alone. You don't have to be concerned for his safety. They made sure they're not touching him. We'll play these, and then we'll play Sentry, and then we'll play Annihilus, and then we'll Enchantress the center on the last turn. They did give him one extra power, that's fair. So, a little bit of an awkward spot here. I don't want to Annihilus here because I want to be able to Shadow King here. But if they fill middle, my Hood's going to come back here, which is a little sad. I guess if they fill right, my Void comes back. Maybe I'm just supposed to Annihilus the left and hope for the best. Yeah, probably just supposed to Annihilus the left. Lead here on the opponent's part. That being said, do I still win the game? I think I still win the game, right? This is 9-14. I don't think I expect them to put extra points in the middle.
I am Iron Man.
Sad.
Victory.
So, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people don't talk about enough when it comes to looking at a new card like this. Our deck seems fine, but I'm not sure that any of the things that our deck is doing that are good are actually related to the new card net. Like our deck is winning games against people playing well with good decks. I'm just not sure that Skaar is really gonna help us. But let's play a few more, but we might try and work. I try not to post highlights with decks like that, where it's like the new card is there, but it's kind of useless, or does it add value?
Snap.
Gamma Lab. Now Gamma Lab gamers. Alright, Skaar heard us talking shit chat. He's coming to flex. Does the new card make Kazoo viable? I would assume the answer to that question is no. But also remains to be seen. Will I do a video covering the leaks? 100%. Yeah, their Shang is used. I missed the leaks. What's happening with Blob? There are no changes coming for Blob, and there are no changes coming for Professor X. It's, there are some changes in there I'm excited about, but the patch isn't gonna address. So, for people talking about the Blob change, again, you have to understand how the timing of these patches work. This January 9th patch was locked in on December 5th, most likely. Is it better to Sentry fell right? Yeah, maybe. Nah, because she's going to shrink everything. I think this is right. So this patch that the notes were leaked for was originally slated for before they put all the changes in it before Blob released. That was a video where Skaar did something at least. We got that going for us. Had some help from locations. Yes, if they come back and their stats are bad, they could definitely OTA change the cards on the 18th. The Resurrection's been an issue for months, so I agree with that. I think they've been Oh, to be fair, I think second dinner, similar to myself, probably wanted... I think second dinner, similar to myself, probably thought dropping Professor X's power was going to have a bigger impact than it did. I was genuinely surprised how little impact nerfing Professor X by 2 points of power had. They forget Ravoda was a card. I mean, new Professor X decks aren't really the problem. You finished Spider-Man 2 yet? I actually haven't started it yet. I fell into a Genshin Impact shape hole that I haven't quite crawled out of yet.
Escaped.
Alright gamers, it's about that time. We're gonna take our scheduled ad break. When we get back, we're gonna slam at least a few more games with this, but we're probably gonna move to trying something else here in a bit. YouTube gamers, there's so many of you. We're up to 600 YouTube viewers, but somehow only 298 of you have found the like button. You should consider pumping those rookie numbers up for me today. What if we build our own 10 power cards? Hatchet Ninja, thank you for the 5 minutes. Welcome 5 months, 5 minutes, 5 months. Welcome back. What are other sort by power? Are there any other 8 power Dorkos? There aren't really, right? Shadow Smith, thanks for the 2 months. I don't think Warpath's a playable card, friends. I think Crossbones is more playable than Hellcow. It's close though. I guess Hellcow's an odd reveal for Werewolf. Spider-Woman's an 8 power thing that also has an odd reveal. Yeah, it's true. The werewolf aspect here might be ambitious. Yeah, it could just be supposed to be a Black Knight deck. I'd buy that for $1. That's a different. I think that's a different deck though, huh? Chavez Kokumium. Sunspot's never getting big enough. Alright, I'm gonna think on this. Let's play some more games with the Zabu deck we've been playing. Something along those lines could be worth investigating. Hey, Fork Bomb, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. In order for Havoc to discount, I've thought a lot about Havoc decks. In order for Havoc to discount Skaar, you have to play Havoc on. You have to play Havoc on turn 3 or on turn 4 if you basted him. Hulkbuster is actually an interesting shout.
Oh, snap.
Charles is not a human. We snapped it, ended the turn, and it ended immediately. Woo! What man would play Bast in their Skaar deck? It's me. The reason you're not putting Kyeria in these decks, if you read Kyeria, I feel like why isn't Kyeria in your Skaar deck is like the why isn't your Darkhawk deck playing Maximus question of the season? They don't. It's one of those I don't know how to answer it without being a sarcastic asshole, because it's just like it just doesn't. Yeah, like like have we tried reading the card?
Victory.
Well, you're like the 10th person to ask, Bootman. It's been a very common question. People equated 6-drop meaning cards that can be Shang-Chi and ran with it. Yeah, I think that's basically the mental shortcut a lot of people have done. We get a flavor ruling on Skaar not having synergy with his mom. I mean, I'm pretty sure Skaar is an adult yet. It's good that he's all grown up to be a big independent monster. Kyeria is Skaar's mommy, chat. Let's clinch victory in the center. We'll see if we're going to be able to keep up with Black Knight, though. Probably not is the answer. Are they She-Hulking us? They're She-Hulking us. Ooh, a Skaar! Get that, gamers. I don't know if my body's ready for this, Shang-Chi.
Oh, so happy.
Infinite! Alright, we beat that one.
Victory.
I guess that passed me. I was expecting She-Hulk, but yeah, they're totally an Infinite deck, huh? Skaar did something, chat! Woo! He's so little. Alright, I have 3 games that are worth highlighting with this deck. I think that means we need to play it to get a whole highlights worth. We'd like 3 more. I feel like this deck that we're playing is like relatively close to level 0. Level 0 Skaar building. The best place I found for Skaar is getting eaten by Blob. Why would you say something so bold, yet so true?
Opponent snapped.
Hey, Chila God, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a ton of great people you can send that to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month and keeping me around. Did you try the auto build Skaar? The auto build Skaar is real, looks real mid. Ooh, which pixel variant do we get today? Oh, you know it's coming, and it still feels like a kick in the dick every time. You braced for it, and it's still just like, hey! That balances it out nicely, though. Asl, thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. Happy new season day. Mine was Pixel Killmonger, yep. So, my understanding is the autofill feature for newly released cards uses Second Dinner's internal playtesting to give you a deck. That's my understanding of what that does. And then, as decks actually get generated into their data, it'll change on what's being played live. We're certainly snapping at a land, because they have 6 cards and we have 3. And with Miss Marvel's upcoming changes, she's still worth 6,000 tokens. I think I expect Miss Marvel to still be good after her league change. Okay, so they shuffled their blade away there. Is noteworthy. Armor up Attuma. We did lose our Annihilus here, which is sad. The patch is coming on the 9th. A week from today. The notes were leaked early, gamers. And I want every single one of you who has often wondered vocally in my chat why they don't publish patch notes in advance publicly. I want you to think about that statement every time you see someone confused about when the patch is coming for the next 7 days. Okay, do that for me. I think we're dead, because they discarded an Infinite, right? So they have Ghost Rider or the Blade they could redraw. Like, you just can't play for all 3 here.
Escaped.
No, I don't think that's remotely true, Token. I think even if they had regularly been releasing patch notes in advance, every time they release patch notes, there would be confusion about when they were going live. For the record, I don't know that I even agree with that, C-Pels, that you're problematic for asking about when the patch is deploying. I just think it's genuinely a thing that would be problematic if the patch notes released in advance consistently, like they did today, where there would just consistently be confusion about when they were going live. Does add Agent 13 Master Mold, right? They're not Ronin gamers. They didn't have Collector, so I'm gonna Shadow King proactively here so I don't miss a card draw. Oh, right. Thanks. I knew that was gonna happen, chat. That was calculated. I think people will shut up about Loki now. There is a 0% chance people will be happy with the Loki change. I expect the Loki change means Loki is still capable of winning games of Marvel Snap, which means he has not been gutted nearly hard enough for a majority of people. I think they'll ever release like a library or lang that gives you an unlimited hand size. I think unlimited hand size is unlikely due to logistical programming reasons, but I would expect you could have more than a certain number of cards in your hand to be a mechanic that happens at some point. That is a fancy Sentinel. We loosely went over the leaks earlier. I will have a formal leak review up on my YouTube side at some point in the future. We lose to a Devil Dino. The Devil Dino is 12, which is 16 to my 8. Yeah, at least by a little bit. I beat Iron Man though, huh?
Victory.
Copied a Hobgoblin from them. That's probably going to be problematic for us.
Nah.
Alright. We can dodge a Professor X and a Cosmo. We can dodge them all. Do they have their own anti? Maybe? I don't know. They're probably not a Sentry deck with Ramona, right? Yes, series drops will happen a week from now.
Victory.
Must hold caches. Chat, even if you're missing every single card that downgrades series, you'll get to claim one immediately from your shop, and then the other 4 you'll open in like a week and a half to 2 weeks span just from free caches that you get. A functional difference between 4 and 5 besides the token cost? No, token cost is the difference. We're zeroing this turn. Edge, I can't do this into this. Ito, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. Do you have a YouTube on Skaar decks you want to try? No, those type of preview style videos don't perform well, D-Mod. I only did one for Celine because I was out of town. Why Mary over Attuma out of curiosity? Why should I play Attuma over Mary? Will Collector be useless inside of Loki decks? So I think like the Collector will be useless inside of Loki decks is a very silly kind of comment that people make after changes like we just saw. Like look at this game, right? Like all of the cards that you want to play to enable Loki also enable Collector. So like Collector still has very strong synergy inside of Loki shells. It just doesn't also have synergy directly with Loki. It's not going to be a casual 2-12 anymore, but it will still be like a 2-5-7 in a lot of your games, most likely. Yeah. I think I'm staying in. He won't die to Shag anymore, is accurate. Speaking of... Womp womp. Unfortunately, they could probably just spill over here, right? I think we're supposed to leave here, but... Pre-infinite, let's be a fish. And again, like, Skaar showing up and just, like, not really accomplishing anything for us, right? The bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for him here. Well, post Loki change, we'd win this game. They'd be -5 over here, and they'd be +1 over here. And he would have been a 2-6 instead of a 2-11, right? I'm aware where we're at, Duck. I said post instead of a pre.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, armor for our Sentry sounds lovely. Oh, that's actually a little sad. It means that our... My Typhoid Berry here... If I Typhoid Berry here, I can't Enchantress her later. It's not great. Okay, so then this is the only place they can play their Destroyer without losing the stuff in the middle, so we could definitely just Annihilus here and not feel bad about it. Gives me +1 here. They move Vision. They go to 2. They play Destroyer. They go up to 16. I'm at 5. I'm at 15. I'm at... Okay, yeah, that seems fine.
Victory.
We played at 211. It was fine.